Hi, my name is Dr. Ford, and I want to give you some brief education on are carbohydrates bad? This is a common question that I get in private practice or when I'm teaching. I teach at a couple different universities where we just talk about myths or things that you hear. And a lot of times people will come in and say, oh, I should reduce my carbs, right? If I'm wanting to help my gut or my weight or my sugars or whatever. And so there are three nutrients that are found in food. Carbs is one of them. They're not bad, they're not good. It's a way to describe a macronutrient, and there's there's many different types of carbohydrates. So you have monodisaccharides, polysaccharides, and they all metabolize different in the body, and they show up in food differently. And so there's three groups of foods that contain quite a bit. So you have starches, you have fruits, and you have dairies. They all have these different types of saccharides. You also have added saccharides to foods, or sometimes people call them added sugars. And there could be 30 to 40 different types of sugars that could be added to food. And some people say, oh, well, honey is more healthy than table sugar. It still is a type of saccharide. And there might be more other nutritive substances in honey, but it still has glucose or it still has sucrose. Fruit is going to have fructose. Dairy is going to have lactose. Lactose is actually a disaccharide of two monosaccharides called glucose and galactose. And so these types of saccharides can be metabolized different in the body. Some saccharides can be actually broken down from amylase in the saliva in the mouth, and it's super quick energy. So if you're an athlete and you needed quick energy, like honey drops or sugar drops or things that they will sell at like a, what is that called? Like a store that would be selling things for athletes. I've run a triathlon, or I've done triathlons before, where you have that quick energy in your pocket where boom, your tissues, your muscle tissues can absorb it super quickly because it's absorbed quickly in the blood. Then you have saccharides, polysaccharides, that are digested more in the gut. And certain saccharides create certain gases or certain fermentable non-wanted byproducts that can really wreak havoc, or you can feel like bloating or indigestion in the gut, and they're fermentable. And so if you have any gut disorders, you're probably familiar with a diet called FODMAP, where it stands for all these different disaccharides or things that have a hard time digesting, especially in the small intestine. And you avoid these types of foods, or you avoid these types of saccharides, and your digestion is on par. And so a lot of times in media or in clips, you'll see carbs are bad. They can lead to indigestion. And that's kind of true, but it's nuanced. It's not black or white. So when you're looking to have certain outcomes and you see an article that says reduce all carbs, just get really curious and skeptical on what they mean and how they're associating a certain food with a health outcome, because your body can use carbohydrates really wisely. Our food supply can also have an overabundance of certain types. So you do want to be paying attention to what you're buying and how it's being made and what it's being used with, because sometimes we can overuse added sugars or added additives like maltodextrin, and that can affect your digestion. Hence, carbohydrates can have unwanted side effects. But that doesn't mean all of them. And so again, carbohydrates aren't bad or good, but you want to look at the type, the way it was made, and how you're digesting it, when in the day, what type of activity are you doing, and how you're approaching it. Hope this helps.